Black Ops 7. Crazy to think about because we're apparently getting Black Ops 6 this year, and technically speaking, we've not even gotten a Black Ops 5, even though Black Ops 5 is Black Ops Cold War, but technically it doesn't have it in the title, even though it is the 5th Black Ops game. And even placeholder icons appeared in the game stating as such, so seemingly, at least in development, it was given the title Black Ops 5 as a placeholder, even though it didn't end up becoming the official title. And that's why we're jumping the 5 and we're going straight to Black Ops 6, because that was Black Ops Cold War. And I guess at the time in 2020 when Black Ops Cold War was released, franchises, video games and movies were moving away from the high numbered titles and they were moving towards subtitles because people were feeling overwhelmed by the 5th, 6th, 7th, etc. entry in a franchise, feeling like it was too much to keep up with, and calling it Black Ops Cold War was probably more meaningful because it made people think it was more of a classic Black Ops title like the original Black Ops, being similarly set in the same era. But now we're going straight to Black Ops 6, which I'm excited about. This game is of course going to be Treyarch's massive comeback. They've had 4 years to develop this game. There's almost no excuse for this game to not be good. This game will apparently be tackling the Gulf War, the Iraq War, and many other conflicts that happened during the 90s and early 2000s. Familiar characters like Adler will be returning, maybe Perseus will be incorporated as well, since it'll probably be following directly on from Season 6 of Black Ops Cold War, where Adler killed Stitch, but Perseus essentially won due to their sleeper agents, and their ideology continues forever, no matter if their face wipes out, because Perseus is not one person, it's not a group, it's an ideology that spreads. This game will apparently be taking a more nuanced take on the Gulf War and the Iraq War. Now, of course, previously it was rumored to be called Black Ops Gulf War, and I don't know if that was going to be the title at one point, but they decided to go with Black Ops 6 instead, or whether that was just some sort of placeholder they were using. But I guess the title doesn't make sense if maybe the Gulf War is only going to be for a couple of the campaign missions and not the full-on campaign. Now, it is rumored that this campaign is going to be featuring open combat missions, open world missions, in similar vein to Modern Warfare 3, but apparently they're going to be more similar to Far Cry as opposed to Modern Warfare 3, which were basically just glorified Spec Ops missions. So apparently they'll be a lot more in depth. I hope we see a co-op campaign as well. Now, for COD 2025, apparently Mason and Woods will be incorporated in the campaign in some way as well. I don't know how. Of course, Woods got injured, so he was in the care home, so it could be similar to Black Ops 2 where he narrates some things from that care home, or there's just flashback missions with him. Also, Mason was apparently in Alaska raising his son, so he should be absent from the story. He was essentially retired during this period, I guess, especially because of what happened with the numbers. It was not a good idea for him to be in the field, especially after what was foreshadowed in the ending post-credits of Black Ops' campaign. But again, maybe he could be incorporated in flashbacks. I'm sure they'll find a way for it to make narrative sense. Now, before I continue with the rest of the discussion, I first have a very awesome message to share with you, and we'll be right back, so stay tuned. Enjoy. Are you looking to level up and enhance your photos to unleash your creativity? Look no further than Photor. Photor.com isn't just your average photo editing platform. With AI-powered tools and a sleek interface, this app is your one-stop destination for all things visual content. From generating stunning images to replacing backgrounds with a single tap, Photor's got you covered. With over 550 million users worldwide and counting, it's no wonder it's trusted by creators everywhere. And the best part, Photor works seamlessly across many platforms, whether you are on phone, tablet, or a computer. Plus, with features like the AI image generator and AI old photo restoration, you can breathe new life into your memories. One awesome feature to keep these images alive and crisp forever. So what are you waiting for? Head over to Photor.com or download the app from the App Store or the Google Play Store, and don't forget to use my special coupon code GR30 for an exclusive 30% off. And you can use the link in the description. Join the millions of creators who trust Photor to bring their visions to life, where creativity meets technology. And a huge thank you to them for kindly sponsoring this video. But in terms of COD 2025, apparently there isn't actually a main developer, or at least a few months ago there wasn't a main developer formally ascribed to the game. Now, of course, I'm sure Treyarch are predominantly making it. Ravensoft are apparently making the campaign for Black Ops 6. Of course, Treyarch will be overseeing and having a narrative say regarding that game, but they'll be doing a lot of the work with that, with Treyarch working on the multiplayer and zombies side, similar to what happened with Black Ops Cold War. But with Black Ops 2025, this game's apparently going to be a Black Ops 2 sequel set in 2030. 2030. Apparently seeing a lot of the Black Ops 2 maps remastered on launch. Not all of them though, apparently it was originally going to be all of the Black Ops 2 maps, but apparently there's going to be new maps as well. I guess in direct response to criticism of Modern Warfare 3, having all of the original Modern Warfare 2 2009 maps remastered on launch but no new maps, people complained it just wasn't fresh enough, and it seems in response to that, this game will have new and old maps brought back. And then in the post-launch, there'll probably be more Black Ops 2 maps remastered, as well as maybe some other Treyarch maps remastered, and we'll have new maps too, so both in its launch and post-launch. But yeah, I'm wondering who's going to be the main developer. Maybe Treyarch and Raven Software will just both be co-heads on this project, with Raven doing a lot of the stuff for the campaign again, but then Treyarch working on zombies and multiplayer, because yes, apparently Treyarch will be working on round-based zombies again for this game. I don't know if they're also going to have some sort of open world experience too. I think it would be good to have both, similar to what we saw in Black Ops Cold War, as opposed to just one or the other, with I think Black Ops 6 mainly focusing on round-based zombies. Now in terms of the title of this game, I have to assume it's probably going to be Black Ops 7, considering they've gone back to a numeric system. It wouldn't make sense to then go back to a subtitle system where they call it, for example, Black Ops Future War or something like that. So I have to assume it's probably going to be Black Ops 7, but again, it's kind of weird considering a lot of people critiqued Modern Warfare 2 and 3 being back to back, but I guess this is different because Modern Warfare 2 and 3 were set years apart, and they literally are both taking place in the modern day, so the vibes, aesthetic, etc. is all pretty much identical. The games are pretty much identical. I think Modern Warfare 3 is an improved version of Modern Warfare 2, but they are very similar games. But the same probably can't be said for having two Black Ops games back to back in 2024 and 2025, because they're in drastically different eras. We are literally jumping 30 to 40 years, with Black Ops 2024 being in the 90s/early 2000s, and then we're going to 2030 apparently after Black Ops 2 for Black Ops 7 in 2025. Now it kind of has me worried that we're kind of close to this game being released and there apparently isn't a main developer. This has me feeling like a lot of the content from Black Ops 2024 is going to transfer over to Black Ops 7, similar to how all of the content transferred, at least the weapons, operators, etc. transferred from Modern Warfare 2 to 3. It wouldn't make as much sense for this game though, because they're set in completely different eras, whereas Modern Warfare 2 and 3, like I said, are set in the same era. So yeah, I'm really interested to see what this game is about. Apparently there's going to be a brand new villain in it, and apparently we're going to see young Menendez in Black Ops 6 this year. So I'm excited for that. I don't know who this new villain is going to be. I don't know what the campaign's going to be about. We know very little about this game, of course, compared to the game that's releasing this year. Treyarch have, of course, focused entirely pretty much on Black Ops 6. This is what they've been developing for the past 4 years. Of course, they've worked on other stuff, Ranked Play, Vanguard, and Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, but this is the main project they've been working on. So maybe they haven't put too much time and thought into the Black Ops 2025 game. This is probably something that's only been concepted and gone into development in the last year, which is why maybe Ravensoft or one of the other studios could be heading it, but Treyarch helping it, maybe? I just don't know if they're going to be overwhelmed with, you know, working on 2 round-based games in a row, which is why maybe we're going to see some sort of open world experience as well. So yeah, Black Ops 6 this year, Black Ops 7 next year. I think it's good that they're in different eras. I think Call of Duty definitely shouldn't be getting repetitive. I think all recent COD games have just felt like Modern Warfare titles. They're all on the same engine, especially with being in similar eras. So I think having these 2 Black Ops games set in completely different eras is a good thing, and keeping Black Ops 2 canon is great as well. They confirmed when Black Ops Cold War released that Black Ops 2 is still canon, and then we'll be following on from that story literally over 10 years since the game released, with canonically Black Ops 2 of course being set in 2025, and then the sequel to it is going to release in the year that the game's actually set, which is wild. Even though technology has not really caught up to Black Ops 2's levels in real life, at least it's not as mainstream as it was portrayed, it is very interesting, and I guess the Black Ops 2 sequel will have that same level of technology, if not more, since it's 5 years after. Now of course it's set now in the same universe as the Modern Warfare story, but in the Modern Warfare games we haven't seen this advanced technology, but these are both still canon. Both can still exist if you think about it. It's just that it's not shown. This extra technology is not shown in the Modern Warfare games, but it still exists in the world. But if we're going to be seeing Black Ops 2 in 2030, it could somewhat connect to Modern Warfare stuff, because after all, Makarov would still exist in the world if he's still alive by then, and maybe they could tie in some Modern Warfare characters, some crossover characters. We haven't seen crossovers, you know, we saw it in Modern Warfare 3, we saw him in Zakhaev in Black Ops Cold War, but it's not really been utilized that well. Soap and Victor Zakhaev have literally gone into the background shadows of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. They were only there at the start. Clearly, they were not meant to play a big role. They were just there to tie in the Modern Warfare stuff. So I would hope that maybe in Black Ops 7, we get to see Black Ops and Modern Warfare characters side by side. But of course, Woods is not able to be in the game, and well, neither are really the rest of the characters. They're all too old, so I don't know how they would be able to do that. But yeah, are you excited for Black Ops 7? Like I said, in terms of zombies though, it's going to be weird having 2 zombies games back to back, and there's going to be a big time jump. I'm guessing storyline wise, story-wise, how they're going to maybe make it work is the ending of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, whilst it will hint back to Black Ops 6 Zombies we're going to see this year and what happened in the 90s, it may then also end with some sort of cliffhanger that will lead into the future for this Black Ops 7 game next year, because after all, Modern Warfare 3 Zombies is set in 2021, so it would only be 9 years on if then it continues in 2030, although technically it doesn't have to take place in the same time that the campaign takes place in. After all, Modern Warfare 3 takes place as a prequel before the events of Modern Warfare 2 and 3's campaign, so they don't have to take place in the same era, although recent games have been trying to keep the zombies experiences in around about the same era as the campaigns, so I would think that it's probably going to be set around 2030, but it might not be exactly then. Nevertheless, the way they could get around it, like I said, is we know Requiem are essentially going to sacrifice themselves at the end of Black Ops 6 Zombies, like we know from Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. Maybe at the end of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, the Requiem heads are then brought back, and then that could be how they continue their story in COD 2025 without them aging drastically. After all, it seems like Ravenov might have taken one of these Ethereum vials to allow him to age less, which is why he's not aged as much as he should have in Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, so that could be another way they can have characters have prolonged life in the story despite these big time jumps. But yeah, I would definitely want to see open world zombies again. I know lots of people don't like open world zombies, lots of people love it as well, but there's a big portion of the fans that just want to see round-based. Personally, I want to see both. I don't really like Modern Warfare 3 Zombies because it's an extraction shooter. However, I liked the first version of Outbreak. If we could see a more traditional open world zombies experience without the extraction shooter elements where we can survive forever, that's what I want to see, and I think it would be perfect if we see round-based and Outbreak side by side. And another thing to note is now that we're on this unified COD engine, it's possible that content could transfer between Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7. Maps could literally transfer over, similar to how some of the Modern Warfare 2 maps have transferred to Modern Warfare 3's multiplayer. The same could be done with Black Ops 6 and 7, but not just for multiplayer, but potentially zombies too. Zombies maps could literally transfer over, and that's definitely something to point out, but of course they'll have different gameplay systems. But wouldn't that be awesome? This way there's not a hard reset when Black Ops 7 swings around. Like every single year, unfortunately, as soon as the game's over, people just move on to the next thing and that content doesn't transfer over. But what if you can still play all of the same maps in Black Ops 7 and then just more maps keep on getting added, so it feels like a continuation of the prior year and essentially year 2 instead of a hard reset? That would be ideal in my opinion for both multiplayer and zombies. And that could be a way for us to get a bunch of remakes as well, essentially a Zombies Chronicles 2. If they do any remakes such as Transit, which might be the West Virginia map in some way in Black Ops 6, then it would be perfect to see in Black Ops 7 as well. Now it is rumored as well that Verdansk will be returning in Warzone this year with the Black Ops 6 integration, and Verdansk would be a perfect setting to then see in an open world zombies experience maybe the following year in Black Ops 2025. After all, zombies did overrun Verdansk before, so zombies canonically have been there, so it makes sense story-wise as well. Anyways, we don't really know much about Black Ops 7 Zombies, literally anything at all, so it's kind of hard to speculate about, to be honest. But anyways, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not here for latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.